हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 30th chapter, texts 9 and 10. But since the text 9 does not have purpose associated with it, therefore, congregationally we will recite text number 10. But first we will recite text number 9. Yo smarati sanjayam yushmanahudinam naraha tasya bhatrishvatmasamyam tatha bhuteshu sauhridam. Yaha, one who anusmarati, always remembers, sanjayam, in the evening, yushman, you, anudinam, every day, naraha, human being, tasya bhatrishu, with his brothers, atmasamyam, personal equality, tatha, as also, bhuteshu, with all living beings, sauhridam, friendship. Translation. The Lord continued, those who remember you every evening of every day will become friendly with their brothers and with all other living entities. Text number 10. Ye tumam rudra gitena Ye tumam rudra gitena Ye tumam rudra gitena Ye tumam rudra gitena Sayam pratah samahitaha Sayam pratah samahitaha Sayam pratah samahitaha Sayam pratah samahitaha Stuvantyaham kamavaram Stuvantyaham kamavaram Stuvantyaham kamavaram Stuvantyaham kamavaram Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Ye tumam rudra gitena Ye tumam rudra gitena Sayam pratah samahitaha Sayam pratah samahitaha Stuvantyaham kamavaram Stuvantyaham kamavaram Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Ye tumam rudra gitena Ye tumam rudra gitena Sayam pratah samahita Stuvantyaham kamavaram Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Ye tumam rudra gitena Ye tumam rudra gitena Sayam pratah samahita Stuvantyaham kamavaram Stuvantyaham kamavaram Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Ye tumam rudra gitena Ye tumam rudra gitena Sayam pratah samahita Stuvantyaham kamavaram Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Ye tumam rudra gitena Sayam pratah samahita Stuvantyaham kamavaram Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam Dasye pradyam cha shobhanam. Word to word synonyms. Ye, those persons who, to, but, mam, unto me, rudra gitena, by the song sung by Lord Shiva. Sayam, in the evening, pratah, in the morning, samahitaha, being attentive, stuvanti, offer prayers, aham, I, kama all benedictions to fulfill desires, dasye, shall award, pragyam, intelligence, cha, also, shobhanam, transcendental. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Those who will offer me the prayers composed by Lord Shiva, both in the morning and in the evening, will be given benedictions by me. In this way, they can both fulfill their desires and attain good intelligence. Purport. Good intelligence means going back home, back to Godhead. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 10. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogantam yena mam upayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. One who offers prayers to the Lord to fulfill his different desires must know that the highest perfectional fulfillment of desire is to go back home, back to Godhead. In this verse, it is indicated that those who remember the activities of the Prachetas, the sons of King Prahin Barishak, will be delivered and blessed. So, what to speak of the sons of King Prahin Barishak, who are directly connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead? This is the way of the Parampara system. If we follow the Acharyas, we attain the same benefit as our predecessors. If one follows the decisions of Arjuna, he should be considered to be directly hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no difference between hearing Bhagavad Gita directly from the Supreme Lord and following the personality like Arjuna, who formerly heard Bhagavad Gita directly from the Lord. Sometimes foolish people argue that since Krishna is not present at the moment, one cannot take direct instructions from him. Such foolish people do not know that there is no difference between directly hearing Bhagavad Gita and reading it, as long as one accepts Bhagavad Gita as it is spoken by the Lord. However, if one wants to understand Bhagavad Gita by his imperfect interpretations, one cannot possibly understand the mysteries of Bhagavad Gita, even though one may be a great scholar according to mundane estimation. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Paramahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Advaita Gadadhara Srimad Gaura Bhaktavindra Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. At the outset of present today's discourse, I would like to submit my most submissively prostrated homages under the lotus feet of their divine transcendental lordships and the conjugal moiety of Vrindavan Dham, Shri Radha and Krishna, along with their eternal companions such as Shri Lalita Devi, Shri Vishakha Devi, Shri Ruparati Manjari, etc. And I would also like to offer my most humbly prostrated homages, obeisances under the lotus feet of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with the six Goswamis of Shri Vrindavan Dham. Finally, I would also like to pay my obeisances unto His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who, being an adept in the distribution of Krishna consciousness, who has thus artistically and most skillfully distributed this science, this doctrine of Krishna consciousness throughout this world in this present modern era. Conclusively, I would also like to pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of the initiating spiritual master, as well as all the preceptoral spiritual masters, along with all the senior devotees present here. And thereafter, now I would like to commence the context of current day's discussion, especially the topic pertaining to the liberation of Prachetas, the sons of King Prachin Varsha. As we have learned from previous chapters how King Prachin Varsha was instructed by Narad Muni, and now the anecdote in regards to his sons is being upraised, is being invoked by Vidur when he is asking questions to Maitreya Muni. So, as Vidur had asked to Maitreya that, "O Maitreya, I have heard that in Satya Yoga, Prachetas satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Hari, by singing prayers originally chanted by Lord Shiva, originally sung by Lord Shiva, the prayers which are known as Rudra Gita. Because they were chanted by Lord Rudra, Lord Shiva, therefore these songs are called as Rudra Gita." So, in this present verse, and in the last verse which is associated with the current verse, Ashtabhuj Lord Narayana, who is having eightfold arms, he appears in front of Prachetas after that the Prachetas have performed austerities and penances which lasted for about 10,000 years. Lord Narayana appeared before them, and the austerities that these Prachetas performed were actually part of devotional service. Because these austerities are not non-devotional austerities. There are two types of austerities or tapasyas, as it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto by Lord Shri Krishna himself unto Arjuna. Lord Krishna says to Uddhav, Lord Krishna tells Uddhav at the time that na swasthyaya tapasyago yatha bhaktir mamojita. He says that the sadhayati mam yogo jnanam karmam cha uddhava na swadhyaya tapasyago yatha bhaktin mamojita. O Uddhava, I cannot be attained at all, not even in the least, by other paths or means of salvation, like the path of impersonal monistic knowledge jnana, the path of putting activities karma, the path of unmotivated actions or Vishnav karma yoga, or the path of performing the prescribed duties of varnashrama dharma without hankering after the results. That is called dharma. So the sadhayati mam yogo jnanam dharmam cha uddhava. I cannot be attained by Vishnav karma yoga or the practice of varnashrama dharma duties without motivation, that is dharma. I cannot be attained by jnana, which is impersonal monistic liberation, jnana marga. I cannot be attained by yoga, ashtanga yoga, which is eightfold. Now this ashtanga yoga is also of two types. It can also be devotional, it can also be non-devotional. The ashtanga yoga process, which is depicted by Kapil Dev and his mother Devhuti in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, is the devotional version of Ashtanga Yoga. It is devotional version of Ashtanga Yoga. But the Ashtanga Yoga which is mentioned in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras by Patanjali Muni, the founder of the Yoga Darshan, that particular version of Ashtanga Yoga is non-devotional. Although one can argue here that Ishvara Pranidhana Va, this aphorism of Patanjali Yoga Sutras, this sutra, this aphorism mentions devotion unto the supreme personality of Godhead. Ishvara means Godhead and Pranidhana means devotion. So, devotion unto Godhead is mentioned by Patanjali Muni. But that particular form of devotion is not the devotion which is substantiated by the Vedanta Sutras of Bhagavad and Vedas. And therefore that devotion is called non-Vedic devotion, and that concept of Ishvara or Godhead, which Patanjali is mentioning, is also not the concept of Ishvara or Godhead which the Vedanta Sutras were mentioned. Therefore both the Ishvara and both the so-called devotion mentioned by Patanjali are actually non-Vedic. They are not substantiated. That idea of Godhead and devotion of Patanjali is not the same which is mentioned by the Vedas, Upanishads and by the Vedanta Sutras and by the other Vedic literatures. Therefore, the ideas of Patanjali have been chopped to pieces. They have been literally just assembled by Lord Vedas in his Vedanta Sutras. So, as we can learn, that particular form of Ashtanga Yoga, which is not devotional, which is not the same as Kapil Deva, by that Ashtanga Yoga, the Lord cannot be attained. The sadhayati mam yogo jnanam dharmam cha uddhava tat swadhyaya tapasyago yatha bhakti mamojita. And by swadhyaya, or by the study of the Vedas and Vedic literatures. But that particular form of study, which does not aim at knowing the personality of God, Vedishya Sarvaita Hameva Resyo Vedanta Kritvaya, as Lord Krishna has spoken in Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter, that I am the compiler of Vedic literatures, Vedanta Kritvaya, and I am the full knower of the Vedic literatures. I am the full knower of the Vedic literatures. The Vedic literatures are compiled by me, and the ultimate objective of Vedic literatures is me and none other else. The ultimate object to be known by the study of the vast Vedic literatures and its scholarly is to know me. That's it. Vidya, sa vidya karma. Therefore Bhagavatam says that is knowledge by which the mati or intelligence becomes devoted unto the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. Sa vidya karma. And therefore Bhaktya Mam Brahmijanati Yavam Yashtam Tattvataha Tattvamam Tattvataha Yasva Vishate Tadanantaram. Only by pure devotion, Lord Krishna says in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 56th verse, only by pure devotion can I be fully known. Shastra Tattva. And thereafter, factually knowing me, one attains me, comes to my abode, and thereafter starts serving me. And therefore, it is said that Jnanam Paramapapyate Yad Vijnana Samadvitam Sarahatyam Parantam Cha Grihana Vaditam Maya. In the very beginning of the Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, it is said by Lord Vishnu himself to Brahma that Jnanam Paramapapyate, O Brahma, now I will impart unto you that most confidential and topmost knowledge, yes, Vijnana Samadvitam, which is in turn associated with Prema Bhakti. Here Vijnana means Prema Bhakti. As Sri Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti and Sanatana Goswami, they have rendered the meaning of Vijnana, they are rendering the meaning of Vijnana here as Prema Bhakti. So Jnana Prema Bhakti, here Vijnana Samadvitam, Sarahatyam Sarantam Cha Grihana Vaditam Maya. By my mercy, you shall know all these tattvas, all these principles of devotional science. So, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati, here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan, in the respective commentaries on this particular verse of Bhagavad Gita, they are establishing that Bhakti is a type of Vidya. Bhakti is a type of Vidya. Actually, formerly it was considered, formerly means before the appearance of Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, there was a general understanding that Bhakti is different from Jnana. Bhakti or devotion is different from Jnana or knowledge. Knowledge is a different object, entity, and Bhakti is a different entity. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur establishes that Bhakti is the topmost form of Vidya or knowledge. Why? Because if Bhakti is only considered an activity and not Bhakti is only considered an activity of body, words and mind. And if it is not considered in knowledge, if it is only considered Cheshta Rupa and not Jnana Rupa, then the words, the transcendental words of Lord Krishna will prove to be false, and that cannot happen. Because in the Lord there are not the four faults which are rather found in this material world and which are chronologically named as Dhamma Prabha, Vipradipsa and Karma. And therefore, because the Lord says Bhakti Mam Abhijanati, Abhijanati means to know. The word Jnana, the noun, Jnana is a noun and Abhijanati is a word. But both the noun Jnana and the word Abhijanati, they are derived from the root, from the verbal root Jya. The verbal root Jya is the original source from which both the noun Jnana and the word Abhijanati are derived, are produced. Therefore, and because the verbal root Jya means to know, Vil also means to know, and Jya also means to know. So from the verbal root Vil, the noun Vil is manufactured in grammar. So, Abhijanati means to fully know. The Abhi of the fire, the Abhi prefix, when it is annexed with Janati word, then the meaning comes out to be to fully know. Janati means to know, and Abhijanati means to know completely, to know in totality. So, Lord Krishna says that Bhaktya Mam Abhijana, through devotion, through bhakti, I can be fully known. So, in bhakti, there is simply an activity of body, mind, and speech. And if it is not considered Jnana Rupa, it is also considered Cheshta Rupa, merely an activity. Then, bhakti cannot be considered to give the knowledge of Lord Krishna. But rather, bhakti is giving knowledge about the Swarupa of Lord Krishna, about the inherent identity of Lord Krishna and his name, his form, his pastimes, etc. The now the word Leela, Parikar, etc. The knowledge which is associated with the whole Bhagavad Tattva is rather being given by Bhakti Devi. Therefore, Bhakti Devi is the topmost form of Vidya. And other parts of so-called emancipation like Jnana, which is the monistic knowledge, Nishkam Karma, Sakam Karma, yogic activities, non-yogic activities, Ashtanga yoga, and Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is that particular form of Vedic study which is not aimed at knowing Lord Vishnu. Although it is said in Harivansha Purana, although it is declared and it is very solidly stated there that Vede Rama Vede Charya Purane Bharate Katha Adam Madhye Cha Antye Cha Hari Sarvatra Diyate. Vede Rama Vede Charya Purane Bharate Katha. In all the Vedas, and it's called in the Upanishads, Puranas, Mahāvishya Ramayana, Mahabharata, and all Pancharathas and other Agam, Nigam, Shruti, Smriti, etc. In all these Vedic literatures, in the beginning of those Vedic literatures, in the middle of those Vedic literatures, and in the last ending portions of those Vedic literatures, certainly Godhead is glorified indirectly or directly, either by Yatiret Vidhi or by Anvaya Vidhi. Anvaya means directly and Yatiret means indirectly. Therefore, एक आगे में विज्ञान के अंतर विज्ञान गुणांक पर हर तरह के लिए एक ध्यान की आत्मा को करने वाला last verse of the Chatushloki Bhagavatam, whereby is told by our Nagar that, O Brahma, please try to seek this transcendental knowledge either by indirect means or direct means through all ways. So therefore, it is said that Adam Madhye Cha Antye Cha Hari Sarvatra Diyate. Lord Hari is the prime objective of all Vedic literatures in their beginning, in their middle, and in their end. Now the question that okay, Hari is certainly the prime role of Vedic literatures in the beginning, in the end, and in the middle. But what about the portions which are not considered either as middle portions, either as beginning portions, and either as ending portions? What about the portions of Vedic literatures which are in between the middle denomination and the starting denomination, and the portions of Vedic literatures which are in between the middle denomination and the ending denomination? What about those portions? That, in order to clarify even this doubt, was that there is Sarvatra Diyate. Sarvatra means everywhere. Not only in middle and beginning, but everywhere. Not 100%, 100%, throughout all the rules and borders of Vedic literature, Sarvatra. That's why the word Sarvatra here is not redundant. Rather than clarifying this presupposition which can arise as Purva Paksha here, as the arguing contention. So, Bhaktyamam Anjanati. Through this devotional process, the Lord can be known, and that's why Bhakti is the greatest form of Vidya, and other paths like Jnana Karma Yoga, they are not the topmost form of Vidya. And therefore, Sa Vidya Karma Vidya, that is Vidya, that is elevation, by which Mati, Yena Kena Prakare Mana Krishna Niveshaye, 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, by which the intellect and mind and the antahkara, the whole inner intuition of a person can be devoted unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is considered the topmost form of knowledge. And therefore, our original point of discussion here was that since by devotion only the law can be known, and by no other paths, therefore the austerities or the penances, the tapasya that the Prachetanas have performed for 10,000 years, and as a result of that, Lord Narayana has appeared, and Lord Narayana has already given them benedictions of prema bhakti. Therefore, it can be easily concluded here that this particular form of tapasya is part of devotion, is part of bhakti yoga, is not something apart from your devotion, but it is rather a part of devotion. Therefore, there is one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam wherein it is stated that by tapasya, by brother, and by swadhyaya, Lord can be attained. Such a verse is also found in Srimad Bhagavatam. Such a verse is also found in Srimad Bhagavatam, which completely refutes the words Prasad Yoga Jnana Dharmam Chalkava. And exactly opposite verse is also found in Srimad Bhagavatam, which contradicts the former point. So Vishwanath Chakravarti, what he does in his Madhuri Kadamini, first shower, or Kamamrita Vrishti, Vishwanath Chakravarti therein he reconciles, he tries to harmonize these apparently appearing contradictory statements of Srimad Bhagavatam. In one statement it is mentioned, in one place it is mentioned that by Tapasya Swadhyaya brother, Lord can be attained. And by another statement, the Lord's attainment by these other paths is denied. So, which statement is considered is to be taken as true, or is to be taken stronger on top of another. So, Vishwanath says that no statement of Srimad Bhagavatam can be denied. Therefore, both statements are true, but the contexts in which these statements have been written by our Vedavya, those contexts are different. जिस संदर्भ में उन श्लोकों को वहां पर प्रस्तुत किया गया है भगवान नारायण के द्वारा, उन श्लोकों का जो संदर्भ है वो भिन्न हो जाता है. The context becomes different. So, in that particular portion where it is stated that by Swadhyaya, that the Bhagavad Tapasya, the Lord can be attained, that context is devotional context. And in that particular portion where it is stated that by these activities the Lord cannot be attained, that is not devotional context. That means if the Tapasya is possibility, if the Swadhyaya is the way it studies, if brother, the vows, if dharma, charity, if yajna, and if other activities are not part of devotional service, then by them the Lord cannot be attained, because bhaktya hamesha bhaktya hai. Later on in Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord himself says that only through devotion can I be attained. Ekaya bhaktya hamesha. Ekaya means only through this single devotion. केवल एक भक्ति के द्वारा ही, एक भक्ति के द्वारा ही मैं ग्राह्य हूँ. एक भक्ति मीन्स by moral path. Solely by devotional path am I to be attained. Bhaktya ekaya grahya, and therefore taking this statement bhaktya ekaya grahya as the most fundamental principle, then we can interpret these two statements. This is the way of Shastra. This is the way of deriving the real conclusion of the Shastra. So bhaktya ekaya grahya is the most fundamental principle, and the same is corroborated by bhaktya hamesha Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So only through devotion the Lord can be attained. This is the fundamental principle. Now let us interpret these two statements. When it is said that by jnana karma, yoga, etc., the Lord cannot be attained, that means that particular form of jnana karma and yoga is not devotional. And when it is said that by jnana, yoga, swadhyaya, etc., the Lord can be attained, then it means that that particular forms of jnana, swadhyaya, etc., are devotional. And then Vishwanath Chakravarti makes it very clear that when it is said that by Nagar, Lord can be attained, that means Nagars like ISKCON, Janmashtami, etc., which are limb of devotional services. And therefore, within the 64 primary limbs of Sadhana Bhakti, Rupa Goswami mentions such vratas like fasting or ISKCON, Janmashtami, etc., as part of devotion. So that is part of devotion. That is not different from devotion. Tapasya means Krishna Sukharthe Sarva Sukha Bhogati Tyaga. For the pleasure of Sri Krishna, renouncing personal ephemeral pleasures. For the ultimate pleasure of Lord, renouncing personal pleasures by the sadhaka is known as Krishnarthi Sukha Bhogati Tyaga, and that is also part of the 64 limbs of devotional service mentioned by Rupa Goswami. So that is tapasya, that is austerity here in Bhakti Marga. There is Swadhyaya, the Vedic studies. What is that Swadhyaya? That Swadhyaya is the studies of Bhakti Shastras like Srimad Bhagavatam and other Bhakti Shastras which are propounding devotional service as the ultimate objective. That is Swadhyaya, and that is part of devotional service that is included within Shravanam. That means hearing and reading of the Shastras. Shravanam, that is the limb of devotion, Bhakti. So, basically the most important underlying significant point here is that only through devotion the Lord can be attained and by no other which was performed, which was undertaken, which was accomplished by these prachetas was none other than bhakti mani tapasya, austerity completely saturated with the moods of pure devotional service. That is the conclusion derived. As a result of the tapasya, the Lord appears, gives darshan to the prachetas and asks them for benediction. Now, prachetas, because they are pure-hearted, they do not have any external desires other than to satisfy the Lord. But the Lord is being very much pleased by the mutual harmony and the mutual friendship between these brothers. On his own accord, without prachetas asking the Lord, on his own accord, Lord gives them several benedictions. And the first benediction that the Lord gives is that I am so pleased with your devotional, with your mutual friendship, that I wish you all good fortune. And it is said that those who will remember every evening of every day, your activities will become friendly with their brothers and with all the living entities. This is the result of reading and hearing the Pracheta Charitra. Pracheta Charitra means the activities of Prachetas. Hearing, contemplating and reading the activities of Prachetas. By doing that, this result is attained that a person becomes friendly with his brothers and with all other living beings. And Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he mentions that here Bhaktishu Atma Samyam. Bhaktishu Atma Samyam means becoming friendly with brothers. It should not be taken as becoming friendly with the Seminal brothers. Seminal brothers means those brothers who are in connection with us through the bloodline. Rather, here the spiritual meaning is to be taken. Okay, the Prachetas were brothers according to the seminal concept, according to the bloodline. But they were also God brothers because they were initiated by Lordship. And God brothers, here, Bhakti Drishti or the sense of brotherhood is to be taken spiritually. Paramāthic Bhakti Drishti has to be taken. Not the Vyavaharic Laukiki Bhakti Drishti. You see, here Bhakti Drishti, the sense of brotherhood has to be taken spiritually. Not in the mundane seminal way. Not according to the bloodline. Because the Prachetas are not only brothers according to seminal line or according to blood relationship, but they are also brothers, spiritually speaking, they are not brothers because they are all initiated by Lord Shiva and simultaneously at the same time into Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, into the Rudra Sampradaya, one of the four Vishnu Sampradayas. So, and also in Bhagavatam, the sense of brotherhood is never taken in a mundane way. Because Bhagavatam later on, in 5th canto, clearly mentions, clearly denying all marriage relationships if they are not bearing the fruit of spirituality. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, when Rishabhdeva is instructing himself, he is very clearly exposing the Bhagavata Siddhanta by saying that Guru Bhavasya, Swajana Bhavasya, Janani Rasasya, Pita Rasasya, Vaidana Rasasya, Mojale Sinapasveta Bhartu. That Guru is not a Guru. That wife is not a wife. That husband is not a husband. That Devata, that is God, is not a Devata. That that worshipable deity is not a worshipable deity. And in a similar way, by Upalakshana, that brothers, that sisters, those kinsmen, those kith and kin were not liberating us from the clutches of material bondage, are not to be considered as kith and kings, are not to be considered as relatives, as in a spiritual way. Paramahansa Krishna. So, Bhaktishu Atmakamya means becoming friendly with our God brothers in spiritual circle. Therefore, Sri Rupa Goswami, while mentioning the Adarsh Achara, the ideal etiquette of devotees, he states in his ambrosial Gospels, known as Upanishadamrita, in the fourth verse of those ambrosial instructions, Rupa Goswami says that Bhagavati Pratigrahhanati Gupta Bhaktavati Prakshati Bhakta Bhavati Chaiva Sharadham Priti Laksharam. These are the 6 ways of displaying priti, of displaying friendship with devotees. Because in Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna, while mentioning the qualities of Madhyama Adhikari Vaishnava, of Madhyama Bhagavata, of intermediate devotee, Lord Krishna there on says that Ishwaretan Adhinetu Bhajeshu Drishatsucha Prema Maitri Krita Shadhugarati Samadhyama. Ishware Prema Tad Adhineshu Maitri Bhajeshu Kripa and Drishatsucha Upeksha. These are corresponding with each other, right? A intermediate devotee, Madhyam Bhava, Madhyama Vaishnava, has another bhakti, has another prayer, has steadfast, unflinching devotional love for the personality of Godhead. Ishwar prayer, that Adhineshu Maitri. And unto those who are subordinate to that personality of Godhead, that means Padiyas. And to those Bhagavadiyas, Bhagavadiyas or Padiyas, and to those devotees of the Lord, who are subordinate to the Lord, unto them this devotee has a relationship of friendship which is irrevocable, which cannot be revoked and which cannot be broken, despite all such circumstances which might arise and which might appear to break this relationship is not broken. So, that Adhineshu Maitri, Kripa Bhajeshu, and unto those who are ignorant, not those who are not envious, but those who are ignorant of devotional service, unto them the pure devotee or the Madhyam Bhagavata has a mood of affection, mood of compassion and beneficence. And Drishatsucha Upeksha, and to those who are utterly envious and not wanting, they are those who are not at all desirous of serving the Lord, and who are aparadhis, who are offenders. Unto them, this devotee has a mood of upeksha, indifference. He ignores them. So, here it is stated that the Prachetas, they were united spiritually, and the spiritual unity is very important among the devotional circles. But unfortunately, Kali is of such a type, is of such a nature, that this spiritual unity breaks us many times in our spiritual life, in our spiritual career. And Srila Prabhupada also says in the purport that actually those who are engaged in certain supreme personality of Godhead cannot be disunited in any circumstance. Why cannot be disunited in any circumstance? Is because they have one objective, and that is to serve Lord Vasudeva. And because they have one motive, they might be having different ways of serving the Lord. Ekam serving Prabhupada, as the Upanishads have stated, but the Bhagavatas are rightly interpreting this statement to mean something else. But Ekam serving Prabhupada means there are many ways to attain this transcendent Lord. He can be attained through passive state of devotion, Shantarati, he can be attained through active state of devotion, Bhaktirati, he can be attained through the fraternal mood, Satyarati, he can be attained through the parental affection, Vatsalyarati, and he can be attained through the conjugal mood. And that conjugal mood is also divided into two modes, Patya and Patya, marital and extramarital. So, through all these ways the Lord can be attained. So, because the objective is one, then never happens any incident, there never occurs any incident of disunity between them. And Srila Prabhupada says that suppose if there seems to be an incident of disunity between them, then that disunity is just some disagreement over service. It is not a disagreement about objective. Oh, your objective is different, my objective is different. आपका क्या है? मेरा क्या है? Your objective is different, my objective is different. That is not the point, or that is not the cause of dispute. If suppose you want to dispute arises, the cause of dispute is how to serve the Lord. Maybe he is telling me that if you serve the Lord in this way is better, and I am telling him, no, if you serve the Lord in my way, it is better. That is the point of dispute here. The point of dispute is not difference in a goal, not difference in objective. That is very clear. And if the difference in objective is seen, then Srila Prabhupada clearly says that those people, if they are following mutually, because they have some difference in their target, then they are not really considered devotees. They are dharma. They are materialist people in the guise of devotees. They are not devotees. So that is the proof of hearing, studying, and concentrating on the activities of Pracheta. That is the first benediction that the Lord has awarded them without their asking. And the 10th verse, which is under discussion, it is stated here that Kav Varam Dasi Pratyam Shobhanam. So Pratyam Shobhanam, good intelligence. Shobhanam is beautiful, good intelligence. Now, we can understand this term Shobhanam. Shobhanam means Sundar, Shobhayukta, endowed with beauty. Intelligence which is endowed with beauty. And the intelligence which is endowed with beauty is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam in two different passages. First, in the very first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the beautiful intelligence or good intelligence is described in the very first verse of Bhishma Stuti. 8th chapter, first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Bhishma is praying to Lord Krishna while resting on the bed of arrows, Sharashajja. At that time, Bhishma is praying to the Lord by saying, Bhishma Vacha, Iduradirupa Kalita Krishna, Bhagavati Sattva Pongale Bhumi, Iduradirupa Kalita Krishna, Bhagavati Sattva Pongale Bhumi. Oh Lord, oh Master of devotees, Sattva Ponga, oh Master of the universe, Iduradirupa Kalita Krishna. My heaven, my intellect, I am surrendering this intellect of mine unto the lotus feet. I am dedicating this intelligence of mine unto your lotus feet, because this intelligence of mine is like my daughter. This is how the various acharyas of yours have explained this verse. Bhishma is trying to tell the Lord that I have a daughter. मुझे एक बिटिया है. I have a daughter. So all the Pandavas who were present there, they got surprised. They were amazed. Oh, he said, आवाज करना चाहिए, he is वैष्णव करना चाहिए, not from self. And his love of self-pity is uninterrupted. It is never broken. Then how can he say that he is having a daughter? Then Vishnu clarifies, oh, this daughter of mine is none other than my intelligence. And who can be more better than you as a groom of my brother? Groom, right? Yeah, mother is known as groom. Yes. So who can be better mother? Who can be better groom of my daughter than you? You are the best groom to be found in the world, because you are not a mother. Not a mother means you are mother. You are the best mother. You are the best groom to be found. So, it is only Rupa Krishna. Therefore, I am now performing the ceremony of Parigraha. I as a father, I am taking the hand of my daughter, which is my intelligence, and submitting, dedicating or in their aesthetic way, Rasamayi Shaili. Now, in the verse which is found in 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when the internal aspect of the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been mentioned, or the Chaitanya Tattva, Gaur Tattva has been mentioned by Karnataka Muni unto King Giri. So Karnataka Muni, one of the 9 Yogendras, while revealing the Gaur Tattva, he says, Krishna Vayanam Krisha Akrishnam Sangho Bhakta Parasharam Yagyam Sankirtana Prayam Jaganti Sumedhakaha. Medha and Mati mean the same. Medha, Mati, Buddhi. These are all synonymous words. Pragya, Pragya, Medha, Mati and Buddhi. These are all synonymous words in Sanskrit. They all mean intelligence. So here, Pragya is Shomanam, beautiful intelligence. So Sumedhakaha, those who are having Sundar Medha, those who are having beautiful intelligence, they in Kaliyuga worship Lord Gaur Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through the process of Sankirtana, through the process of congregational chanting of the divine names of the Lord. So, that is the actual meaning of the word Sumedha here. And as Shri Prabhupada explains in the purport, that this Sumedha is dedicated, this Sumedha is given to the devotees by the Lord, as is mentioned in the 10th verse of the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, as there are 4 seed verses of Bhagavatam, known as Chatushloki Bhagavatam, which are found in the 9th chapter of the 2nd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In similar way, there are 4 seed verses of Bhagavad Gita which are known as Chatushloki Gita and which are mentioned in the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava Bhaktah Sarvam Prabhavate Iti Matra Bhajaste Vam Vibhava. And then Manchitta Bhaktava Prana Bhojantam Parasparam Kapilantascha Mam Nityam Kvashyanti Charavanti Chara. And then Vedanta Yuktanam Bhagavan Priti Purvakam Tavari Murti Yogantam Yedamam Bhantite. And at last, Yatha Vita Devakam, no, there is another verse like that, Jnana Vita Bhagavata. So, these are the 4 verses, and among these Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, Deshantam Yuktanam comes as the 3rd verse. So, it is one of the most significant verses of Bhagavad Gita. And let us see how Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this verse in his Sarat Bhashini commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Vishwanath says, Nanu Pushyanti Charavanti Chara iti Tmattara Madbhaktanam Bhaktyaika Parananjo Gorapita Ityavadatam Kintu Tesham Tvat Sakshat Praptau Sahapakaraha. Yes. So Vishwanath says that okay, those devotees of yours, O Lord, O Madhusudan, O Keshava, very good. Those devotees of yours, they will get them satisfied, Pushyanti. And they also partake of that great Paramananda, of that great transcendental pleasure, which is begotten from the execution of devotional service. Because in the previous verse, the Lord states that Manchitta Prana, those devotees of mine who have submitted their minds unto me. That means they are thinking of me only and they are not thinking of any other object within their minds. Therefore, in Srimad Bhagavatam 9th canto, when there is a mention of Durvasa Amrish and their activities, at that time Lord Narayana he chastises Durvasa, and by chastising Durvasa he glorifies the supremacy of Amrish Maharaj by saying that Madanya state Javanti Naham Tebhyo Manadami. Sadhunam Vidayam Madhyam, Sadhunam Vidayam Swaham, Madanya state Javanti Naham Tebhyo Manadami. That I am always situated in the heart of my devotees, sadhus. Actually, I am their heart. And because they are always situated in my heart, therefore they are my heart. And in their heart, they do not have me only, and they do not have anyone else. Now I am Tebhyo Manadami. And I also likewise only those else and no one else. Now we can ask the question here that in your localized form as Paramatma, in your localized partial form as Shiva Vishnu, as Paramatma, as Super Soul, as the indwelling monitor and oversoul of all living entities, you are witnessing the activities, the pious and impious activities, the Shubha and Ashubha karmas of all living beings. So aren't you the I will use the role of all the actions which are being performed in this material world by the conditioned living entities? Then how can you claim to say that I do not know anyone else except my devotees and their activities? Then the answer is given here by Acharyas, by telling because that verse of Bhagavatam, that okay, Krishna or Narayan is speaking this verse to Amrish. Narayan or Parabrahma Vaikuntha. Parabrahma Vaikuntha Narayan, he is speaking this verse, not the Shiva Vishnu, not the Siddhiya Purusha Avatar, not the third Purusha incarnation is speaking the verse. If the third Purusha incarnation was spoken this verse, then it was inherently considered that a Paramatma is certainly not knowing the activities of anyone else except the devotees. But here the Bhagavan is speaking the words. Okay, all the three Purusha avatars, they are placed within the category of Paramatma. Whereas Parabrahmani Narayan is placed within the category of Bhagavan. He is without of Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He is without features of the Nandanandana Shyamsundar Shri Krishna of Vrindavan. He is Bhagavan. He is placed within the Bhagavan category, and Bhagavan is speaking the words of the Paramatma. Therefore, this verse cannot be associated, cannot be made associated with the Paramatma features, and therefore there is complete coherence, there is no incompatibility, and there is no place, there is no room for argument here. Okay, Bhagavan, he is not the answer now. He is not doing activities of all the living beings here. He is not acting as Paramatma. Rather, he is only caring and worrying about his devotees and no one else. So, Matchitta Nagar Prana, Matchitta means just like I am only thinking about my devotees are also only thinking about me, Matchitta, Nagar Prana, and they have already forsaken their life heirs, Prana Vayu, their life heirs for my service. What does that mean? What kind of Prana? No, they have not forsaken, they are still living, they are still present within this body. So how can you say one set of prana? That a prana means they have already the forsaken their prana vayu. That a prana. So how can you say that they have already forsaken the life? That means that because they have submitted at the time of diksha, at the time of initiation, devotee submits his faculty of speech, his faculty of mind, his faculty of intellect, his faculty of senses, five knowledge of mind and five action performance, Panch Jnanendriya, Panch Karmendriya, and his life airs, everything devotee submits unto Guru and Krishna at the time of initiation. Diksha Kari Kaya Samarpan, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then when Karmena Vāsana Sendriya Yavāva Dhyan Marava Prakriti Svabhava Sarvajana Chakaram Parastai Narayana Samarpayita or Narayana Samarpayami. And Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, the same thing is mentioned. Kaya Vāsana the same thing as well. But Lord Bhagavatam Prakriti Svabhava, devotee submits everything unto the Supreme Lord, even his life heirs. So because now he has submitted his life heirs unto the Supreme Lord, now the life heirs of that devotee are enslaved by the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord has made the life heirs of that devotee enslaved. Now the Supreme Lord is the proprietor of those life heirs, not that particular devotee, not that particular living entity. Now the proprietorship of those life heirs, the certificate of proprietorship has undergone, has passed through an amendment, and that amendment is that the Supreme Lord is a new proprietor, and therefore it is said that Bhagavata Prana, those devotees have forsaken those life heirs. Although the life heirs are present in the body, still it is in this sense spoken like this in such a way by the Lord. Bhagavata Prana, and usually they are discussing about their pastimes, Kathayam Sashtamam, and they are also enlightening each other. regarding my tattva. Kakayakashta mam nityam pushyanti charavanti. And in that way, in such a way, they are always feeling great pleasure, paramananda, and they are always feeling satisfied. Now, Vishwanath Chakravarti, while commenting on this verse, Tesham Sapata Yuktanam, which is quoted by Srila Prabhupada in purport of this verse. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti, while commenting on this Tesham Sapata Yuktanam, he raises one question here. Nagar Pushyanti Charavanti Cha, it is Praduktaya. Okay, we have said that your devotees are totally satisfied and they feel great amount of pleasure in your devotional service. And that paramananda, that great pleasure is certainly derived from devotion. Atyayva paramananda bhavita nityavakam. And your devotees not only feel great pleasure and satisfied, but they also become bhavita. They also transcend the three modes of nature by the very performance of that sadhanavati. Therefore, in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned, Mam Japo Agnavichare Bhakti Yogi Nasemade Sadhanavati Ityalilana Bhutara Kalpate. That sadhana bhakta, he transcends the three modes of material nature and then regulated bhavati, prema bhakti, etc. So, Paramananda Gunatila Ityavakam. This can be understood. This is comprehensible. But what about Kintu Tesham Svat Sakshat Praptam Sahasakaraha? But what about those devotees attending you? Speak about that now. Okay, they are feeling satisfied in talking about you. They are feeling great pleasure. And they have some aloof from they have gone beyond three modes of material nature. They have become Gunati, they have become Nirgun. But what about attaining you? What about your Sakshatkar? What about personally beholding you face to face? Think about that. Kintu Tesham Svat Sakshat Praptam Sahasakaraha. And that Sakshatkar, that attainment of your lotus feet is done by which process? Sahasakaraha. Satya Sahasakaraha Sandhika Gandhavya Iti Apekshayam Ahapekshayami. And please tell me the process of attaining your lotus feet, and also tell me, Vishwanath is asking this question. Actually, Vishwanath is taking the part, he's playing the part of Arjun, as if Arjun were asking Krishna this question in his mind. So Arjun is asking this question that in which way they attain you, and this process of your attainment, they learn from whom? This process of your attainment, they learn from whom? Tell me these two things. So, in answer to these two inquiries, Krishna says, Satata Yuktanam Nityam Eva Hat Sanyoga Akangshinam Samuddhi Yoga Nanami. That process attainment, they learn from me. Because I give that transcendental intellect that Divya Buddhi unto them. But not unto all my devotees, unto those particular devotees who are always engaged in my devotional service. But what does it mean by always being engaged in devotional service? Suppose if the devotee is sleeping, at that time he is not engaged in devotional service. So here, Vishwanath clarifies that Mat Sanyoga Akangshinam. Satata Yuktanam means always engaged in me, means that they are always thinking, they are always desirous of attaining me. जो भूत के सदैव मेरे संयोग में आकांक्षी है, मुझसे मिलने की अभिलाषा रखने वाले हैं. Those are always desirous of attaining me, earnestly and heartily, who are working for attaining me. That you can, for this you can refer the Prema Bhakti Chandrika and Prarthana of Saraswati Thakur, how earnestly he is longing for the attainment of the Lord. And to such devotees, Lord says, you must give this transcendental intellect. Tesham Vitavantishu Aham Deva Udbhav Yamiti. I personally become situated in their heart, and then after becoming situated in their heart, I personally involve all the faculties of transcendental intelligence in them. Kripavrittishu Aham Deva Udbhav Yamiti. Samadhiyoga Svataha Anyasmachya Kukashchit Apni Antantum Ayatyah. This transcendental intellect, those devotees cannot attain either by their own intelligence intellect. Into correct bhava. I am the only person in the world who can give them this transcendental intelligence, and they are the only proper recipients who can possess this type of intelligence. No one else. No. Jnani cannot have this intelligence. Kami, yogi, no one else can have this intelligence. Only my pure devotees. Mahavadhanti, Mahavadhanti, Sakshat Man Nikatam Praptavanti. They attain me means that they Sakshat Man Nikatam Praptavanti. They attain me face to face. They reach me and they get this topmost benediction of serving my lotus feet. They get this topmost benediction of serving my transcendental lotus feet. And therefore in the Vedanta Sutras also it is mentioned by Vedavyas, Vishesha Anugrahascha. This is the opposite of Vedanta. Vishesha Anugrahascha means by the special mercy of the Lord, sadhaka becomes qualified, becomes able to attain him, not by any of his personal efforts. So thus we are concluding, because we have reached the time limit. We are concluding our today's session, and if there are any questions, we can take those questions afterwards. Yes, now actually I was going to recite this word, but I just felt the time limit. By intellect, Lord cannot be attained. But that intellect is not the intellect which Krishna is talking about here, Tadani Buddhi Yoga. This intellect is given by Krishna. This intellect is completely different from all other types of intellects. Therefore, by commenting on the next verse, after Tesham Saraswati Yukta Nam, the next verse, while commenting on that verse, Vishwanath makes it very clear that by all other types of buddhi vrittis, by all other types of intellectual faculties, Lord cannot be attained, but the Lord can be attained only by this faculty which the Lord himself gives. So here the Vedaya, which is in this verse 9 also of Shvetashvatara Upanishad, when it is said that Lord cannot be attained by Vedha, by intelligence. That means Lord cannot be attained by intelligence which is different from this intelligence given by the Lord himself. Otherwise it is said that in the same verse it is said that the Lord can be attained only when Lord chooses, only when Lord selects that particular devotee. When Lord selects or chooses that particular devotee, okay, now this devotee is eligible to attain me. That devotee is eligible to attain me. And then when Lord thinks that this devotee is eligible to attain me, then he gives this Buddhi Yoga, Adani Buddhi Yoga. Then he gives this transcendental intellect. So this transcendental intellect, the Lord gives only after selecting a particular devotee whom he considers eligible to attain him. So there is no incompatibility between these two statements. Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Guru Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Sri Prabhupada ki, Tata Gau Devanande Sri Guru.
The word heart has many meanings. So one meaning of the word heart or hridaya is mind. And the word mind also has very different meanings. So one meaning of the word mind is heart. So whenever it is said that hridaya or chitta means the same as hridaya. So there, chitta or hridaya means mind. It does not mean this organ heart. Because the organ heart only has one function, and that is to pump the blood. It cannot feel any emotion. वो केवल क्रियात्मक है, वो भावनात्मक नहीं है. So that mana and this chitta is the same. Mat chitta and man mana are the same. They mean the same.
One Vaishnava was telling that chitta is more deeper than man.
Yeah, okay, chitta is more deeper than the man, but it is. You can also say that when mind contemplates or focuses on some particular object in a very deep way, then the mind assumes the title of chitta. But ultimately they are the same. Therefore, man mana bhava, mat chitta, madgata prana, and sadhavo hridayam mahyam, sadhunam hridayam tuham. So there the word hridaya is used, here the word mana is used, and here the word chitta is used. They all three mean the same. They are synonymous. Different from the organ heart.
Yeah. Thank you.
आपको भी आशीर्वाद दीजिए आपके जैसा बने.
ये आशीर्वाद फिर भी इनकी जो है मति कृष्ण में जो है वो कृष्ण मति.
Surat station observing you. They're coming to Tirupati. I thought you have given one of the design of abroad. You come to the lead. Sometimes you come and stay here.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 months a year. But I do not stay here all the time. I also go for teaching from here. Like जैसे महाराष्ट्र में जाना हो या आसपास में जाना हो तो मैं यहाँ पे जाता हूँ. So actually Rajshri Prabhu is coming today in the afternoon. So tomorrow I was trying to
meet tomorrow.
no, after my place.
How far is it from here?
It's just 1 kilometer down the main road.
I think one evening.
And आपके साथ जो भी बात करना चाहते हैं थोड़ी सी ये खुला निकाल है.
After evening.
So tomorrow, what time will you do your session is over.
Then we are going together and do some group work.
तो आपके पास कौन सा समय मतलब खाली है?
Sometimes evening time.
Evening time after work like.
After
Okay, that is fine.
then you want topic on that
Actually, Satyanarayana Prabhu, but we didn't take you personally, but he also knows like this. It is known as Chaitanya Sankirtan Kudir. Actually, Loknath Maharaj in 1984, when he was in Padiyatra, he had inaugurated that place. He had given this name. My maternal grandparents, they are Prabhupada. Ramurti Prabhu.
They come here.
Actually, he is the one who he established this center. In 1985. Prabhuji knows that
There is a person of Radha Gindari and Radha Gopinath.
Yeah. They got traded.
I know.
Actually, Radha Gopinath was coming
They
here.
came to cover.
Yeah, but Maheshwari Prabhu, he insisted to Ramurti Prabhu. He came to Jaipur and Ramurti Prabhu was in Jaipur at the time. He told Ramurti Prabhu, okay, our Jaipur is already
Ready.
so please give us. So that he said, okay, you take. So,
We will visit tomorrow.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 4 years back. Okay. Okay, there are two ways. If you want to hear them on internet, then ISKCON.com. Has all of my lectures. Has all of my lectures. Around 600 hours my lectures in Hindi and English. You go to ISKCON.com and then you click on my name, Radhakrishna Das, and all the lectures.
That's one of the other option.
Other option is
ready DVDs like last time your father.
okay. Yeah,
I can buy them.
No, that is I can give it for free also, but I will have to check whether I am having it on stock or not.
Okay.
So can I get your number? Phone number? तो मैं यहाँ आके आपको दे जाऊँगा। हाँ तो मैं उनके साथ ही आऊँगा। आपका शुभ नाम
Praneshwar.
प्रभु। You are from Chowpatty, right?
No, I'm from Juhu. This from
But I think you are disciple of Ramana.
Ravana.
Okay. Yeah, I heard your name. मैंने आपका नाम बहुत सुना है। जब वो बकेश्वर पंडित लोगों का कुछ हुआ था, तो उस समय मैंने आपका नाम सुना था कि आप लोगों ने फॉरम के चार्ज थे उस टाइम पे। तो आपका वो ले लेता हूँ नंबर।
अरे
आपके पास है। तो मैंने क्षमा कर दिया आसमान लोगों ने कहा बोला प्रभु चिट्ठी आ गई मैं क्या श्लोक ऊपर बोलो इतने दिन में तो अलग देती है। Yeah. You can also check the email address. UP Mobile 0877 this is the special number 60 gmail.com.
Thank you for ISKCON.
Yes, please.
So you check whether you have the DVD.
Yes. Or if I not find, I will try to make. Because I have this CD burner.
And I would like to say first because I don't want to trouble you. No, take the pencil. So that's not what did I don't know? I feel
Yeah. Yeah, I
in case you cannot take tomorrow, then I will come before leaving from here also.
I will come at around 5:45 or 6 in the evening tomorrow. And we'll pick all the food. You and the other people will not go. It is 2 hours. Hello. So you are working from Nagar?
No, I am born and brought up in Bombay, but from South. Actually, I am searching for insight. And even this time I will have an opportunity in 3-4 years I'm teaching MBA.
Okay.
Your interest is fantastic. The whole relation is, so it helps me to learn. So that I can teach better. Because apply.
Yeah, I will be very grateful to you. And आज यदि आपको उसमें कोई भी भूल त्रुटि दिखती है तो मुझे बताना जरूर। मैं तो अज्ञानी हूँ।
Thank you.